Woo! Peace and love, family. Welcome to another Truth to Power Talk with your sister, Dr. Ma'at. Thank you for joining another powerful discussion that I have with me tonight. Another powerful guest. Welcome back, Miss Sharia Lovelace. How are you?
I'm well. How are you this evening?
I'm doing all right, Miss Lovelace. I can't complain. I can't complain. Again, family, Miss Lovelace is no stranger to this platform. A few weeks ago, we had a discussion entitled, I believe it was titled Substance versus Symbols. And what prompted us to have that public discussion is because a lot of people were they were happy about the NFL and what they were doing in terms of, Black Lives Matter and all of that crap. And then they were taking down Confederate statues and taking down the Confederate flag and changing the names on pancake boxes. And so Black folks were running around happy about the symbols. And while symbols do affect the psychology of people, we felt like people were really happy about the symbols, but not, motivated about and dedicated to the substance, wanting the substance, and that substance is full and complete freedom. So anyway, family, go back into the archives and check out the discussion that I have with Miss Lovelace. Family, I see that you're coming in. As you're coming in, go on to your social media pages, share this video, family. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Black celebrities and if Black celebrities should be viewed as leaders. All right. But before we do get started, I want to play for you the words of one of our great ancestors, Malcolm X. Let's hear what Malcolm X has to say about whether or not Black celebrities should be viewed as Black leaders.
Told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community or over the Black community by the white community and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear.
Family. Let me go back here. So I know some folks are going to be mad with us tonight, Miss Lovelace, because we're going to be talking about their precious Beyonce, their precious Jay-Z, and their Kanye West and Nick Cannon and 50 Cent and Lil Wayne and all of that crap. So welcome, family, again to another Truth to Power Talk with your sister. Again, please share this video. If you have not subscribed to my channel, Dr. Oyama'at, head on over to YouTube, family. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that as soon as I go live, you will be notified. All right, so let's get started, Miss Lovelace. And I want to start with Miss Beyonce, their precious Beyonce and Jay-Z. I know that just recently Beyonce dropped a new musical on Disney Plus, and it's called Black is King. And so there are a lot of people on social media who are excited about this new project. And now they're saying, Beyonce and Jay-Z are pro-Black. They are the face of pro-Blackness. And so you have some people saying this stuff. And then you have other people who believe that Beyonce is, she's a culture vulture. They're saying that she's just, capitalizing off of African culture. And so, Miss Lovelace, what is your take on this, the Black is King musical? What are your thoughts about it?
I have not seen the whole thing. I will say that. I watched about the first 10 or 15 minutes of it, and that first 10 or 15 minutes gave me an idea of kind of where everybody was coming from. So it kind of opens up. She's on the beach, I guess it's like, it's symbolic of a christening. She's carrying this child, and there's all these different images, mountains, and people dressed royally. And in one scene, there is a picture of her, and the way I interpreted the picture was a version of the Black Madonna, and so when we're looking at all these things, because a lot of the comments are, the imagery is so good, it's so stunning, I think people are looking at the imagery, and it is a lot, but they're not looking at the symbols behind it, because there is a lot of hidden symbols also in the, I think it's what it's called, like a visual albums. It's what it's called. I think that we place too much value as a people on what celebrities are doing. And if a celebrity is doing it, then it's trending and it's hot and it's what everybody wants to do. I think in doing that, we forget that these people are entertainers, that we live in a capitalist society, and that at the end of the day, these people want to make money. So, all that being said first, I understand people, especially, I think we were discussing this a little earlier, people who actually live on the continent of Africa, they're kind of tired of this whole Wakanda hype that kind of came out of the Black Panther, and everything is Wakanda and everything in Africa is royal and everybody came from kings and queens and all of that jazz. And then you have the Black people over here in America who are like, well, you know, we're trying to latch onto some culture. Now, it came through a celebrity because, unfortunately, a lot of times that's how things become trending in our community, which is another total thing to examine. But, you know, so then you're like, well, at least it's bringing people to the movement. At least it's making people curious, and at least this and at least that. But I think it's very, we have to be very careful not to lift up these people as martyrs, as pushing the movement forward or anything like that, because regardless of, yes, she's of African descent or anything like that, she is out to make money just like everybody else. We have to stop viewing these people as our friends, like we know them personally. The Beehive is the closest example to a cult that I can think of in the music industry. You know, you can't say anything about Beyonce. Having an opinion about something doesn't necessarily mean you're a hater, because I don't see it the same way you do. I don't glorify it the same way that you do. I just think that people need to take a step back and remember to live in their reality and not the reality that is presented to them through popular media.
Hold on, wait a minute. Say that again, Miss Lovelace, that people need to do what?
Take a step back and live in their own reality.
Live in their own reality. Keep going.
That was basically it. I just think that people need to take a step back, live in their own reality, because you have to remember, these people are celebrities. They have access to things that you do not have access to. They're building wealth in a way that you may not ever attain. You know, not that it's not your personal goal, but you might never be able to reach that level. So even the things that you take away from them, how are they applicable to your everyday life? How are they applicable to your everyday situation and helping you become better, get to the next level in your personal journey? And 9 times out of 10, they're not. You are helping them by supporting them and their music and all of those things. But as many actors and rappers and all of those things that we've had, and I've heard Dr. Maya say this many times before, like, where is our Black Wall Street? We have all of these things. We have more, I guess, quote unquote, wealth among a few Blacks than we've ever had. But where is the building in the community? Not that there aren't any celebrities investing in the community, but when you think about how much money is out there, especially when you think of somebody like a Dr. Dre, you know, like, a lot more could be being done. So that's
no, absolutely. I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. And hold on one second. Let me pull this up. Couldn't agree with you more. Let me get out of this. Remove this from the screen. And so hold on, Miss Lovelace. I got to give this to you real fast. That was fire, Miss Lovelace, what you said. I don't know if you heard it, but it said fire, 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 fire.
No, I did not hear.
Yeah. So I hope you heard it. Let me add it to the screen.
I'm sorry if it took me a long time to get to the point, but I just wanted to preference a lot of things, because people get emotional when you start talking about their favorite celebrity.
Oh, absolutely. No, absolutely. We have really with sister Lily La Poete Speaks calls a celebrity addiction. And let me share my screen with you. Miss Lovelace, can you see the screen?
Yes, I can.
All righty. So family, please go to LilyLaPoeteSpeaks.com and check out her blog in her blog entitled The Celebrity Addiction. All right. And I'm not going to read it verbatim because I know when you start reading things verbatim, it gets boring. But this was a beautiful piece that she wrote on April the 30th, or she published on April the 30th, 2018. And she says that many of us have our favorite celebrities that we follow on social media and stay abreast with their movements. She says this is normal considering we live in a technological age, which allows us to do so as often as we like and conveniently. And now, she goes on to say that our celebrity could be an actor, a singer, author, producer, or even a politician, and how sites like Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook are platforms that we use to follow these celebrities. But then she goes on to talk about how, we attack each other on social media on behalf of these celebrities that we don't know. Okay. And so if, like you said, if someone has, a different opinion from another person regarding the celebrity, we defend those celebrities quicker than we defend our own family members, our own loved ones. And so she's saying, look, she defines what an addiction is. What an addiction is. And she goes on to say that many of us are unhappy in our daily lives. So we live vicariously through celebrities. Some of us develop unhealthy addiction to celebrities, and we feel as if we know them personally. We attack other people that we realistically have opportunities of meeting and developing friendships with to defend celebrities that we never get the opportunity to know, let alone meet. So she mentions the Beehive for an example. She mentions the Barty game, Cardi B's people. So then she ends this blog by saying the reality is that you do not know these celebrities. They're entertainers who are paid good to keep you smiling and happy. They spend plenty of money to appear to be perfect and have a happy life, but their life is not your life. They are not your friends or family or close or distant associates. So this is a beautiful blog, family. Again, please go to LilyLaPoeteSpeaks.com to check out that blog. But I concur, 100% with what she said. We do have a celebrity addiction, and so we tend to hold on to their every word, and we want to live like the celebrities live. So anyway, let's get back to Beyonce and her new film or musical film called Black is King. I agree with you, Miss Lovelace, that we have to remember her and Jay-Z, they are business people. They are capitalists. And so right now it's popular to say, I'm Black and I'm proud. It's popular to talk about Africa. And so, these people are making money off of, they're seizing the time, they're seizing the moment. And so this is really about capitalism. This is really not about uplifting Africa at all. This isn't about uplifting African beauty and African culture and African history. What it really is about is the money. It's about capitalism. It's about the dollar bill. And so we as Black people, we have to stop getting so happy when they depict us on the big screen. When Beyonce, we got to remember this, family. These people are getting paid to do these things. All right. If loving Black and being Black and proud of your Blackness wasn't in Beyonce and Jay-Z, they would be doing something else. They will be doing something entirely different. And I want to, before we move on to the next celebrity, I want to show you something, Miss Lovelace, that a rapper, No Name, posted about Beyonce, and I share her sentiments. So rapper No Name says this, and she's catching a lot of flack from the Beehive right now. So she said, "We love an African aesthetic draped in capitalism. Hope we remember the Black folks on the continent whose daily lives are impacted by U.S. imperialism. If we can uplift the imagery, I hope we can uplift those who will never be able to access it. Black liberation is a global struggle." And so I share the rappers. I share her sentiments. I share her sentiments. All right, so moving on. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to add to that, Ms. Lovelace?
And that's why I brung up the imagery and the symbolism. Like, if it really is all about uplifting African culture and things like that and bringing people to the movement, then why are you portraying yourself as the Black Madonna and not just the picture of the Black Madonna? You see what I'm saying? Like, those are the questions people need to ask themselves when they're really looking at this critically. If it is how everyone wants to make it seem like she's just doing it for the culture. So, just something to keep in mind.
My name came up a lot of sounds, more when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about. My name came up a lot of sounds, more when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about. My name came up a lot of sounds. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.
Day we hustle, but the night we
know that these brothers my guys, know that they fly. Know that they fly, know that they ride or die. Cold, these brothers my guys, know that they fly. Know that they fly, know that they ride or die. CJ Ike, they ain't no longer about. They ain't no longer about. They ain't no longer about. CJ Ike, they ain't no longer about.
Just like home, I get my phone. You gon' call me up, you wanna take me out, I wanna see you anyway. Took the words right out my mouth, 20 minutes away. So I'm like, okay, cause I low-key, I've been thinking about you all day. Get right over here, obey the traffic lights. Come and get this cake, cause I'ma be a slice. Yeah, we gon' take our time, we gon' make it right. Read the story night.
Absolutely. So, Miss Lovelace, I want to move on to Kanye West. Kanye West, I know that he was recently trying to get, I guess, on a ballot, he was running for president, and he had like his first rally in, I believe it was North Carolina, and he got up there maybe for, I think it was about 47 minutes to about an hour. And so he got up there and he started breaking down and crying. He got really, really emotional when he started talking about abortion. But there was something else. There were actually two things that Mr. West did while he was there. And I want to talk about the first thing really briefly. He made the comment that Harriet Tubman didn't free anyone. He made that comment. He said, all Harriet Tubman did was he took the black folks from the South and took them up north to work for, other white folks. And so you had some people online who were defending Kanye West's nonsense. And you had other people online who were saying, hold up, you're disrespecting, one of our great ancestors, one of our most revered ancestors. And so again, the reason why I'm addressing this, because somebody might say, well, Dr. Ma'at, why are you taking time out of your schedule to talk about black celebrities? These celebrities have a huge platform, and you have people out there who listen to these black celebrities and they internalize the things that these celebrities, say and the things that they promote. And so it's definitely important that people like myself stand up and combat the negative things that these celebrities, say about our African ancestors. But so Miss Lovelace, what do you have to say about his comment regarding our great ancestor, our great warrior queen mother, Harriet Tubman? What were your thoughts about that?
A lot of thoughts. Kanye definitely has some mental health issues. Ever since his mama died, everyone knows this. I I believe I've said this to you in private, but I really believe that Kanye is trying to follow Donald Trump's plan for the White House. Donald Trump did a series of antics for years, ran and lost a couple years before he made it to the office. He did outlandish things. He said outlandish things. He got people riled up. And I really feel like that is the blueprint Kanye is trying to follow. In regards to his comments about Harriet Tubman, I just think it's an attention whore seeking attention. Kanye has no clue what he's talking about, and it's unfortunate because early in his career you could tell that he, was a fairly well-educated person, that he had read some things and he knew some things. I think that now it's just anything to get attention, anything to keep all eyes on me. He's not really in an environment where people are checking him the way that he needs to be checked. There's a lot of excuses. He's grown. There's nothing we can do. We can't put him in an institution. But like I say, what will we as a people do to check Kanye? Because he's, running around here making all of these crazy statements, slavery was a choice. Now we on Harriet Tubman. But people are still out here buying Yeezys. People are still out here buying Kanye albums. So, in regard to Kanye, I don't think he's going to change unless we actually start holding him accountable on some levels. Because again, back to capitalism. Nobody cares unless you're hurting their bottom line. Nobody cares unless you're hurting their pockets. So when will enough be enough for us is my sentiment in regard to Kanye.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just say, wow, I just find it just disturbing how, we who live in 2020 can look down on the people who had to live through, those trying times. I mean, Mother Harriet risked her life. Once she made it to the North, she went back. She got her family members. She got, countless number of black folks. She fought in the Civil War. And so you just throw that away and just dismiss all of that and say, hey, she didn't do anything. She just took black folks to, up north to work for white folks. I mean, he was very dismissive of the sacrifices. I mean, this woman had an award out for her, and I forgot the amount. I don't know if it was 1,000 or 5,000. I forgot what it was, but she was on a most wanted poster at one point. And so we just dismissed that, and I felt like he was extremely dismissive. But again, I'm taking time out to address this, or we're taking time out to address this because of his platform, because of his voice. I also heard that while he was there was a video from a Howard University student that went viral. She said that it was a young black girl, and she was saying that when she was there, there was a young white girl who went ahead of her and asked him a question, and he brought the white girl on stage, gave the European girl a hug, but when she asked her question, she was shouted on. And so she made a video on Twitter that went viral, and she flat out said that, Kanye West doesn't like black women. She said it, she said he doesn't like black women. When the white girl was ahead of me, and I'm quoting her, she said that the white girl got a hug. She was brought on stage. She was treated very different from the way that the student at Howard University was treating. And I'm gonna look for the video so that I could pull it up. Well, family, you could go to Twitter or YouTube and pull up the video, but it definitely went viral. But to be honest with you, Miss Lovelace, when she said it, I wasn't surprised, because you are who you marry. Look at who he is married to. Who you marry says a lot about how you think and who you perceive yourself to be. And I know a lot of people may say, no, Dr. Ma'at, I know some folks who are pro-black, but they're married to white women. I know, no. If you are married to a white woman or a white man, you are married to their culture. You're married to their people. You're married to their psychology. So you are who you marry, family. I wish I could get a bomb and just drop a bomb on that. You are who you marry, family. So when the young lady at Howard University said that Kanye West doesn't care about black women, or he doesn't love black women, I mean, just look at who he's married to. You know what I mean? Just look at who he's married to. So I'm not surprised by that, because again, you are who you marry. So Miss Lovelace, let's move on to Mr. Nick Cannon. I know that Nick Cannon was under fire a week or two ago because he sat down with Professor Griff on his podcast, his podcast or his YouTube channel. I think the name of it's called Cannon's Class or some crap like that, but Nick Cannon's class. And so he sat down with Professor Griff. You know, Professor Griff says whatever he wants to say out of his mouth regarding Jewish people, you know, and he came under fire, I believe in the 90s. Professor Griff came under fire because of the comments that he made about, you know, the Jewish, you know, community. And so anyway, he repeated some of those comments during his conversation with Mr. Nick Cannon, and Nick Cannon said some things out of his mouth, you know, and so he ended up getting canceled by Viacom, and then I guess Fox was getting ready to cancel him. So then he started backpedaling, Miss Lovelace. He issued an apology. He sat down with a rabbi, and then he pledged, I believe, a few $1 million to like a Jewish center because of the Jewish Holocaust, you know. So again, this was a guy that we were all applauding and talking about how pro-black he is or was. But now you see him backpedaling. Now you see him pandering to the community, the Jewish community. But this was somebody that people were propping up. They were propping him up as a black leader in the black community. So what do you have to say about that, Miss Lovelace, Nick Cannon, that whole situation?
The only thing that I can say about Nick Cannon is smoke and mirrors. And he hasn't been right since Mariah left him. He has been all over the place. Like anyone who has followed his career, Nick Cannon is definitely about his money. That is one thing no one can deny. And he did what the white celebrities are doing, or anyone that offends anyone is doing. Like you said, you're pandering now. Now you're like, oh no, I really can't make my money without these Jewish people. So let me fix this. And again, you know, if everybody was so gung-ho, where was the backlash from the Klan? Like, no, stand by your words. You know, you can't have it both ways. You can't have it all. And I'm not necessarily saying that, he should be out here saying horrible things about Jewish people. I didn't watch the interview. I only read a small synopsis of it. But, you know, you have to stand for something and stand for it even in the face of adversity. And that's the thing about these celebrities. You know, the minute the money shifts, so do their alliances.
Hold up. Say that again.
I said the minute the money shifts, so do their alliances.
Absolutely. I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. And that whole situation with Nick Cannon should have taught black people or African people the importance of ownership. You know, when you don't own and control things, you can't stand on things you say. Again, you have to pander to the people who own and control, you know, whatever industry you're trying to prosper in, right? You can't. So we see the power of ownership and control, because this man had to apologize for things that he felt, things that he's researched. And I'm not going to get into whether he was right or wrong. He did spew a lot of misinformation and disinformation, but you know, ultimately these were his feelings. These were his opinions, but he couldn't even express his opinions and his feelings because he's not in control of anything. He didn't even own Wildin' Out. And that's a show that has made popular. That is a show that has made a lot of people who have come on the show popular. And he doesn't even own that brand, family. And so this man couldn't even express his own opinions and feelings without having to apologize to the people who own and control the industry. And that is the Jewish community. So what we saw was we call it buck breaking. He's been butt broken, and he had to apologize. Not only did he have to apologize, he sat down with a rabbi and looked stupid the whole entire interview. Then he said, I didn't know about the Holocaust. Who the hell didn't know about the Holocaust? I didn't know about the Holocaust. So he said that after he learned about the Holocaust, now he's pledging a certain amount of money to a Jewish Holocaust center. So what we witnessed was really butt breaking. And for those who don't know what butt breaking is, it happened on the plantation. And so what would happen is, you know, if a black man rose up on the plantation and the slave masters wanted to subdue him, the slave master would bring that African or that black man out onto the plantation in front of everyone. He would beat him, and then after he would beat him, he would sodomize him in front of the people on the plantation. And so what we witnessed Nick Cannon being sodomized. We witnessed butt breaking. So anyway, let's move on, Miss Lovelace, to the last two folks, Mr. Lil Wayne and Mr. 50 Cent. So then let me show their pictures, family. I want to show their pictures. Let me show their pictures. So let's go to, let me pull this on up. So who are we? Let me see. I was looking at them. All right, here we go, family. All right, so there we go.
Oh, wow.
All right, so look at them. Lil Wayne looking as crazy and cracked out as he want to be. So anyway, we're looking at Mr. 50 Cent. Mr. 50 Cent and Lil Wayne. So Miss Lovelace, can you fill the listening audience on, on what they said, the comments that they made regarding black women a few weeks ago?
Sure, I can sum it up. It was a lot of 50 Cent talking and Lil Wayne agreeing. Anyone that's familiar with Lil Wayne should already know he likes a long head, thick red bone. That's his preference. He's been saying it for years, so this is nothing new. But they got to talking about, how you want something different, how you want something exotic, what regular, ordinary black women can't afford, generalizing their life experiences as though they've never experienced any type of luxury or anything other than just basic hood things, and saying how, you want something that you don't see every day. You want something, different, something exotic, something that I think that looked like it came off a boat, I believe was the quote.
Yes, that he said, I want to look like something that came off a boat. Yes.
So, just a lot of self-hate, hurt people. So, a lot of self-hate there. But I know that you had some very strong opinions, so I would like you to start with 50 Cent and Lil Wayne.
And you know what's crazy, Miss Lovelace? I don't know if can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, so my computer just went blank while I was sharing my screen. Oh my goodness, because I had some more pictures that I wanted to put up. But I guess they said, let's get Dr. Ba'at off of here, man. My computer my screen literally just went.
You said Beyonce. Once you said that, you already know that the alerts went off all over the internet.
Oh, yeah, because I put her name in the title. So now, I know I'm still sharing my screen. I can see it on Facebook and YouTube that we have just a black screen. And so I would hate to leave out and come back in because we do have a good audience, and I don't want to keep people waiting. And so, family, what I'm going to do is continue talking, I guess, until okay. So it just came back up, family. All right. So okay, here we go. So it's funny to me. Tell me if you can see my screen, Miss Lovelace. Just to show a fold now, but it's funny to me that Lil Wayne and 50 Cent said that they wanted something different. And if you look back, look at this, Miss Lovelace. This is who he was initially with when he was younger and before he became famous. Okay, can you see that?
I can't see it on my end. I'm not sure if someone can put a little note in the chat to let us know whether or not they can see it.
All right, so let me go out of here. Let me stop sharing my screen.
Okay.
Yep. And I'm going to share it again. And let me know, Miss Lovelace, if you can see it.
Yep. Gotcha.
All right. So, okay. So you should see my folder. And can you see the picture now?
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, so great. So look, so this is who I find it funny that before they were famous, before they achieved a certain social economic status, that they were with this woman. This was his girl. I think this is the mother of his first child. And you see what color she is, right? Yeah, she's a black woman. And so this is who he was with before he reached his social economic status. He's with a black woman, a sister. All right. But then once he obtained his social economic status, then the sister was she wasn't good enough anymore. None of the sisters are good enough for him anymore. And so this is his on again, off again girlfriend that you're looking at, family. So, it's funny to me, Sister Lovelace, that before he obtained what I guess Europeans define as success, right? Because success is subjective. So, before he arrived, the black woman was who he dealt with. But when he, achieved a certain social economic status, then the black woman was no longer, he wants something different. He wants something that got off of a boat. And it's the same thing with Kevin Hart. When you look at Kevin Hart, this was his first wife that he was with. And I believe they have 2 or 3 children together. But, Kevin Hart, the same thing. Before he got rich and famous, the black woman was good enough. She was the one that was there, when he was running in and out of clubs, just doing stand-up shows. This was the woman that was there for him. And then when he reached a certain social economic status, she was no longer good enough. He wanted something that looked like this. So I mean, look at this. Now, these are the people that we're looking to as for black leadership. They don't even love their own blackness. They don't even love. Oh man, oh my goodness, Miss Lovelace, my computer freezing on me again. It's freezing on me again. Look, it's freezing on me again. So hopefully, I'm going to keep on talking. I wanted to show a picture of Lil Wayne, his before and after, who he was with prior to achieving his social economic status and who he's with now. But again, my computer is freezing up on me, family. So I don't know what's going on, or we know what's going on. So I'm going to continue to talk. But it's the same thing with Lil Wayne and a lot of these other black celebrities. But again, these are the people that we are looking to as leaders. We want them to speak on behalf of the black community, but these are people who don't even love their own blackness. They're not even proud of their own blackness. They run far from their blackness when they reach a certain social economic status. So this is who you expect to speak up on Black Matters. This is who you expect to lead the Black nationalist movement or the Pan-African movement. You got to be out of your mind. These people don't even love their own blackness, Miss Lovelace. And I think my computer just came back up. So I'm going to go ahead and show Lil Wayne's picture, his before and after picture. So this is who he was with prior to coming up, before he reached his social economic status. I believe that's LaToya, right, Miss Lovelace?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, that's LaToya. And so, and then once he achieved his social economic status, where's his woman? Oh, here's his woman right here. So once he reached his social economic status, that's who he's getting ready to marry. This young woman right here. She's not even a baddie in my opinion. And people say, Dr. Mott, you hating on her. Hating on what? Look at her. So he's the one that says, I don't like black women, but look at what he got. Look at what he has. All right. And so anyway, these are the people that we look to as black celebrities. Even look at this guy. This is Jeezy right here. A lot of black women back in the day, they were in love with Jeezy. But look who Jeezy's dating right now. Look who he's engaged to right now. You see that, Miss Lovelace?
Yeah, I mean, and people want to say, you love who you can't fall in love. You can't help who you fall in love with. But are you saying that this is just a coincidence? You can't deny the pattern. You can't deny the trend. Whether it's conscious or subconscious, you can't deny that this is what's happening. Absolutely.
And as much as the black community loves Drake, I mean, well, let's look at Drake's baby mother, right? The woman he knocked up. I believe she was a prostitute or something. But, let's look at her. This is the woman that he knocked up right here. And this is his child. And I mean, I don't, I'm just showing you, like you said, Miss Lovelace, this is a pattern. So you want these people, you actually expect these people, right, to speak up. Let me go here. You actually expect these people to speak up on behalf of the black community. You got to be out of your mind. You got to be kidding me. You expect these people to be the face of the pro-black community, and they don't even love blackness. They don't even marry black. And I want to say something about Nick Cannon before we close out. Nick Cannon wants to live in 2 worlds. He wants to live in the white world. He wants to live in the black world. So he talks pro-black, but he wants to live white. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes he's with a mixed looking woman. Sometimes he's with a white woman. He wants to talk black, talk pro-black, but live white. And as Dr. Boyce Watkins said, he wants to live in both worlds, 2 different worlds. And you can't, because those worlds are colliding. Those worlds have always collided. But anyway, Miss Lovelace, I know I'm ranting. Is there anything else you wanted to say or add, Queen?
I just want everyone to be mindful. Always taking personal responsibility for how you choose to spend your dollars. How do you choose to express your outrage? Things can't just make you mad when white people say them. If we're going to control the narrative and how we're seen and how we're portrayed in the media, we have to hold everyone accountable, regardless of skin color. And in a capitalistic society, that means hitting them in their pockets where it hurts.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ms. Lovelace, for coming on the platform. Family, please, please, please come on over here. Like the video. Subscribe to my